Meet Jean Bauer, the Back to Work coach, speaker, author, and career coach. Why do you need Jean to help your organization provide the best career advice out there? She offers concrete steps to get people back to work and knows how to motivate people in the challenging process of looking for work. Here she is talking about interviewing.
We've got to figure out, what do they want, right? Now, we may have a job description, an agency or recruiter may have given us some information. Of course, you've done your homework and you've researched them, but you still don't know what they want really, and why is that? Does anybody know why? Because things change, right? So the ad that appears in the paper may have been written by HR, by Human Resources, but the boss, the person who would be your boss, has different ideas about what the job looks like. So you go in thinking it's a this, and then you get there and you find out it's a that. How long do you have to make a first impression? How many? 2 minutes. Ooh, 2 minutes. Wow, that's a vacation. What else? How many? 30?
8 to 10 seconds.
It's probably like 3.
Yeah.
It's about 3.
Your initial appearance.
So we're going to come back to that when we start working on the body. So listen to that. Listen to that process. He writes it. He explains it to the person whose case it is, and then he has them tell him what it says. So he really, really, really is sure they understand it, right? So does that convince us that he's a good communicator? Yeah. And you know what's interesting? If you see Kevin a week from now, and you're going to look at him and you're going to remember that story. It sticks. And in interviewing, we're always looking for ways to stick, right? Because there's a lot of competition out there who aren't sticking, and we want to. So we tell a specific story. I'm a really strong communicator. For example, while working for the courts in a role as an XYZ, whatever your title was, here's what I had to do, here's what happened, and here, the results of the piece that everybody leaves off. Here's how I knew I was successful, because I had people tell me back what I had written, just because I wanted to really make sure they understood it. So that shows that beautiful two-way communication, right? So much of interviewing skills we can build in our everyday life. We don't have to wait for that heart-stopping interview. Just in your day-to-day conversations with your friends, your families, those of you who are working at school, whatever, your teammates on the basketball team, just build this awareness. But you know, people, and this is our segue to our next segment here, people who are enthusiastic and who love what they do get hired over more qualified people. Why? Because the hiring managers want people around they like. And then we use gestures to emphasize, differentiate, or describe. So when you're at a basketball game and your team just gets a great point, what do you do physically? What do you do? Yeah, that's it. There we go. So our body naturally does this, but the problem is we're nervous in interviews, so we want to close down. But now what's awesome is there's all this energy in the room suddenly, right? And I can hear it in your voices and see it in your bodies. So don't sit on your hands, right? You've got to help the interviewer see you want this job.
Hire Jean Bauer, the Back to Work coach, to help your group manage their careers and get back to work. You can reach Jean at jeanbauer.com.